The Soundview Pregnancy Center, it's been a great experience for me and my son. They've been very supportive with everything. They're the most wonderful people I've ever met in my entire life. They're like my second family. Rachel has been my counselor since I started. She's been through the whole entire process of me being a mom. Being a mom is very, very hard for a first time if you don't know how to change diapers. But the Soundview Center, they will teach you everything you need to become a mom.
When I first found out I was pregnant, it was a pretty big surprise, and I called several other places. They really didn't seem like they were that committed to helping me. Finally, I found Soundview, and they were super friendly on the phone, which put me at ease. The staff is all very friendly. The woman at the front desk, she introduced me to my client advocate, who now is like a second mother to me. They take you in and they give you the confidence that you're gonna be able to be a good mom and you're gonna be able to handle everything. They really gave me all the skills that I needed. I don't have a lot of family, and the family that I do have, they're not really available to help me. So it's nice to have Barbara on speed dial, because I can call her anytime, day and night, and she's there for me. She was there when my daughter was born. She came to the hospital, and it's just nice to have somebody to let you know that you're doing the right thing. It's a good feeling to have that, to know that my daughter always has someone, to know that I always have someone. And I really don't know where either of us would be if I hadn't found Soundview.
Back in March, I found out that I was pregnant. My mom told me about Soundview, and I began services here, and they helped me a lot with education on childbirth and things I needed to know about having a baby, before care, after care. I gotten my first sonogram, and I saw my baby at 12 weeks. And she was moving, she was very hyperactive. I got a lot of help. My advocate, Deborah, she's very helpful. Just having someone there to talk to about things that may be bothering me or how I'm feeling.
Terry was a client of ours, and she's since moved to Michigan. But she wrote us this beautiful letter expressing how Soundview really changed her life. And she expressed also what her life was like before and after the pregnancy. My name is Terry Vance. I'm a 25-year-old woman. At the age of 18, I decided to venture out of my hometown and move to New York. There I fell into the trap of prostitution. I began doing drugs, and having sex for money became an absolute necessity. After a few years of being abused in the prostitution ring, abusing my body and mind with drugs, and earning a bad reputation for myself, I quit doing drugs and went back home. But once my relationship back home failed, I had no one to turn to or anywhere to go. New York was calling me back to my old way of life. This time, after being back for 2.5 months, the man I was seeing, who was also my drug dealer, suspected that I was pregnant. I didn't believe it until he took me to Soundview Pregnancy Services. As soon as Soundview confirmed my pregnancy, I quit using drugs and prostituting. Shortly after, I got a job. Halfway into my pregnancy, the man I was seeing became very abusive, emotionally and physically. I left New York and went home to Michigan. My son was born June 13, 2015. I now have a healthy baby boy. I have stayed clean of drugs and continue to do well for my son. My son was conceived by rape, and I was not in a good place in my life. When I went to Soundview, they were all so kind and loving toward me. They gave me a pregnancy test and a free ultrasound where I got to see my baby. They provided counseling to help me feel safe enough to make my own decision. I chose to keep my baby and parent him, even though he has no father. Soundview was my miracle while pregnant, where I received love and care. I was provided with a nurse sonographer who answered my medical questions, and also a client advocate who coached me on pregnancy and parenting. When my baby was born, Soundview sent me a basket filled with gifts all the way to Michigan. They still keep in contact with me, even though I'm out of state. Soundview changed my life for the better. Sincerely, Terry Vance.